Okay, so this video is a review of how to add and subtract positive and negative fractions. Okay, so the first thing that I always want you to do is change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. So if you have any mixed numbers, change those to improper fractions first. So 3.5 becomes 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7/2 plus a negative 8/7. Once you have both of your fractions as improper fractions, the next thing that you need to do is find a common denominator. So in this case, our common denominator would be 14. Okay, so to get from 2 to 14, we had to times by 7. So that means we need to times the top by 7, so that becomes 49. To get from 7 to 14, we had to times by 2, so we have to times the top by 2, that becomes 16. Remember that this is a negative 16. Okay, once our denominator is the same, all we have to do is combine the tops. So we're thinking about 49 plus a negative 16. So if you have 49 but you owe 16, these two are different signs. So we know we're going to subtract the two numbers. That would give us 33, and 49 is bigger than 16, and it's positive, so our answer would be positive. Okay, let's look at number 13. Negative 2 4/5 plus negative 3 1/5. So first thing we're going to do is change both of these to improper fractions. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 4 is 14/5. Remember, this is negative, plus 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16/5. This is negative, and we got lucky in this case because these two fractions already have common denominators. So we just add the top, a negative 14 and a negative 16 would be a negative 30. The bottom stays the same. Negative 30 divided by 5 is a negative 6. Okay, let's look at number 15. Negative 1/2 subtract a negative 1 1/2. So in this one, let's first change this subtraction to addition. So we're going to keep, change, change. So keep, change, change. And now we're going to change any mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3/2. And then we have a negative 1/2 plus 3/2. And again, these have common denominators already. So we just combine the top. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is a 1. Okay, and then the last example I'm going to do for you, number 17, is negative 2 1/2 plus 1/3. So we change this mixed number to an improper fraction first. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5/2. So negative 5/2 plus 1/3. Our common denominator in this case would be a 6. So to get from 2 to 6, we had to times by 3. So we have to times the top by 3. That would be 15. Remember, this is a negative. Plus, to get from 3 to 6, we had to times by 2. We times the top by 2. That gives us 2. Bottom stays the same. And negative 15 plus 2 is a negative 13. And we can go ahead and just leave that as an improper fraction. So at this point, I want you to complete 11 through 20 and then check them off with me.